All right, so the next song is called Hootie Blues. Now, this one is an E flat, and I just want to say right off the bat that I don't mind playing in weird keys like E flat, A flat, or whatever. I know some guitarists might transpose this up to E, just like play it in E, or use a capo. Sometimes I don't mind using a capo. It depends on the song. But I also sometimes will just play in weird keys like E flat, just play it. So I like being able to play in any key. And there's a lot of songs that are already in E, so why not play it in E flat? I like hearing it in the original key. Although there's a lot of blues artists that will freely transpose songs, put them in different keys. That's fine too. But just as a challenge, I'm trying to play the songs in the key that I hear them in the recordings that I'm following. And with the arrangement, there's horns and different instruments. I'm just coming up with my own arrangement, trying to copy the horn lines and other things. Okay. All right. Now it starts off with a riff, kind of like this. You can also, thump the bass note. Kind of a subtle thing. I'm really letting that melody note ring out and then lightly plucking just to give it that pulse, that rhythm while that note is ringing open. So you really have to shake it a little bit. All right, so now this is on the 8th fret. This is like an E flat chord here, but I'm only playing the D and B strings. Okay, so this is like your 5th degree of the chord and your 3rd on top. Now you have a choice. You can either pick it with your pick, which gives you a little bit of a louder sound, or you can pluck it like I use my ring finger. The nice thing about using your finger is that your pick doesn't have to move and it's already in position to do that little thumping on the bass. Now this riff is not complicated, but it takes a little practice to just get it smooth and comfortable. So you get real light on the bass so you don't overpower the volume of the melody note. It can be a little tricky. It's a balancing act there. So anyway, you do that on your 8th fret, and then you kind of slide down to your 7th and back up like a little back and forth. And then when you go down to here, the shape will change from this, which is both the 8th fret, 7th fret, and then this one is like 5th fret, 4th fret. So far we have this. So this is an E flat 7 chord, and all I'm doing is just moving the bass down one string. So far we have this. Okay, now I immediately follow that up with another melody that goes like this. So together it sounds like this. And when I hit that the second time, I can play the chord again. There's my 4 chord. So I start out with the same slide on the 8th fret, but then I go to this shape. This is a A flat 7, 6th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Again, thump, just lightly pick that bass note. Now this, when you do this, you can either just lift off or keep your fingers down, which is a little bit harder to do. Not very comfortable, but maybe it sounds a little better because you have a fuller sound there, so kind of that's up to you. I think I just lift off because it's just easier. But sometimes if I'm feeling very strong, have a lot of energy to play that and I hear it, I'll do that. Okay? And again, follow it up with that melody. Last part is B flat, sharp 5. So this is like a B flat 7 chord. But then I add my pinky. Now, keep in mind, I have my middle finger already on the 6th fret. I'm still keeping that there, but then I'm also adding my pinky on the same string, on the B string, but on the 7th fret. So I can pull on and off. So there's that melody, same pinky action there. 2, 3, 4. Now, that whole 12-bar progression is basically serving as my intro. I didn't put together a separate intro. So basically, I'm just playing through the 12 bars to start the song. All right? So that's pretty much it. Now we can talk about the solo. So let's get into that. All right, so the solo is a composed solo. I'm going to show you all of it, but it's one of those things that I don't know if it makes sense to learn it because it'll take a lot of time and it'll take even more time to maintain it. But you don't need to. This is a very standard 12-bar blues. One thing is that it's very major sound oriented, so you can use a lot of major pentatonic. So E flat major pentatonic has the same notes as C minor. So here. Or, back here. So for example, you can play, one thing you can do is you can play that riff as like an opening statement sort of, and then follow it up with some improvised notes. So for example, maybe that wasn't the greatest. Let's try another example. Maybe that was a little bit better. Okay, so, and that's basically what I do in the solo I compose. I start off with that riff, and then I start sliding up. So let me play through that whole phrase. So I'm not going to go over every note. You have the tabs for that. If you for some reason didn't get the tabs, just email our customer service. We'll hook you up. Now this next part, I hit this A flat 7 because I'm already playing this. I'm already playing my F sharp chord, which is the 7th degree of the A flat 7 chord, so I can throw in, might as well hit that chord. I'm already supposed to be playing that chord in the progression, right? I'm on bar 5, so. Now back to the 1 chord. This is like a little bit of a blues cliche. So this is B and G strings together, 13th fret, 11th fret, and I'm plucking these, by the way. So, and then hammer onto the 12th. This is your classic minor third to major third sound. Up to my 5th. And then little bend and like hammer on pull off there. Just a half step bend. Notice this is a little kind of a grace note. You just. So again. And then little bass walk up to my B flat. And then this lick. So this is a little bit of a tricky lick on this acoustic, but I'm bending up. Notice I skip over the root. Normally I might play something like, but we're going to my root fifth. That way we can go back up to the root like that. So slowly. And then just to end it, what I like about this, it's just a way of doing something just a little bit different, because usually when I play a standard 12-bar blues, I'm always just landing on the fifth at the end, you know. So instead of landing on that all the time, or instead of landing on there's my other fifth in the octave, but into my next chorus, okay? Now the next chorus, let's just keep going here. I don't do a full riff, like I'm not playing. I sort of end it early. I do this. And I go into something else. So when I get to here, I play this. And I add some chromatic notes. So slowly. This part, it's a little bit of a, I think there's a little bit of a faster phrase in there. Little triplet, da 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 da. Now this, notice I'm about to play my A flat 7 chord. I just hit that note right above it, the A, and walk down. A sweet note there. Now I do this little syncopated action where it's kind of alternating melody and bass. Okay, so hit my 13th there with the pinky on the 6th fret. Then I do this. That's kind of a harmonized Mixolydian type of idea. So that's 8th fret, 7th fret. This is on the G and B strings. 6th fret, and then 5 and 4, and then back. Okay. And back to my original thing. Now, if you notice, there was a subtle thing I did there. I hit that B in between just to fill it in so it sounds smooth. Like, without it, kind of just, I mean, it's fine, but I just thought it would fill it in a little bit. And it's easy to play, you know, sometimes throwing in those quick notes isn't practical, or it doesn't sound that smooth, it's not that comfortable, but when it's an open string, it really works. And it's kind of cool. One cool thing about the key of E flat is you can hit that G string, which is your third of the E flat chord. So, and then I go up to the octave here. This is just the octave of this, but it's up here on the G and high E string. And when I do this back and forth, I'm not worried about being precise with it. It just, however many times I feel like doing it. And then I walk this down. Now I'm on my 9th fret. Bend up. And then this lick. So it's kind of a tricky, little bit of advanced one. This is a 3-note per string pentatonic. Okay. So you pull off and then hammer this one. I mean, pick downstroke this one. When we're here on the B string, 9th fret to 10th. and we go back to our major pentatonic sound. So far this whole thing, let's try that one more time. We'll try it from here. Okay, third chorus. Now, after all that, you know, shreddy kind of stuff, we're gonna hit something more rhythmic. So, again, it's the G and B string mixolydian harmonized ideas. So this is 12th fret, 11th fret, 13, 13, 15, 14, and we just go kind of back and forth. Okay, then we go. So we slide twice here. And then to the A flat chord. Down to the 6th fret bend. This is a 5th fret. This is on the D and G strings now. I'm not explaining every little phrase here, but let's try it again. Then we have this. We're on our turnaround now. So we're going to play the B flat sharp 5 chord with the bass first, and then into our chord, just regular 7 chord without the pinky. Then we play this. So kind of a jazzy sound. It sounds pretty dissonant when you play it slow, but it kind of fits in. So this is 8th fret, 6th fret, now B string, 6th fret, 6th fret on the G string, go back one to the 5th and pull off. So coming into that, let's just go over this. So coming out of this. So this lick, we hit this 2-note chord and then this little tritone movement I sort of discovered by accident. I think I was trying to play it on this string. And I accidentally hit this and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Let me throw that in. So sometimes mistakes can produce cool sounds. So all right, now here's the last chorus. I wasn't meaning to do 4 choruses necessarily, but I just heard this sound. Kind of a very jazzy comping sound. So this is like this is my E flat chord without the root, just the 3rd and 7th, like a kind of a comping sound. But then instead of just going here, I don't know if you guys know this trick, but you can move this down half step and you get your 4 chord. Now this becomes my 7th and 3rd. They flip around. But instead of just doing this, which is a bit pedestrian, I'm going to play the same chord, but I'm going to add this. So I add the octave of the seventh. So 7th, 3rd, 7th. So you end up with this sound. Kind of a little bit more hip. Then I do this again. It's basically it's like a A flat 13 chord. I just thought it sounded cool. Then I do this one. It's like my I guess this would be what would this be? I guess it'd be a 6 chord. E flat 6, and then B flat minor, and then I hit my this would be my 9th, I guess. It doesn't really matter, all these different voicings, but I'm trying to follow the chord progression and throwing in these kind of colored notes, 9s, 13s, 6s, and stuff. Anyway, let me just go over what we have so far. So we have this. This is up here on the 8th fret, and then these 3. Back to this one again. This one. 5, 6, 6. Then we just go back. A flat 7. Now this A flat 7. Back to E flat here. 2 notes. Here. This is also happens to be in E flat 7. So here you have your 5th 3rd. Here you have your 7th 5th. This is the octave of this. So that's kind of a cool thing to know. And then finally we go back to our B flat. So let's go over that whole thing again, then we'll wrap up the lesson. So A flat, A flat, E flat, E flat, and then the final lick I do this. So there's a lot of chromatics here. High A string, just 8th fret, 6th fret, and then this is a 6-9 chord. It's a great chord to end. So that's 6th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. 6, 5, 5, 6 on your middle 4 strings. So. All right, so that's the lesson. Again, don't worry too much about the solo. It is a 12-bar blues, a lot of major sounds. So just learn the basic riff and basic 12-bar progression, and you should have that one down.